Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radhe. Jai Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Giridhari Gopal, Giridhari Gopal, Giridhari Gopal, Jai Giridhari Gopal. Nitai Gaur Haribol, 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 Haribol. Nitai Gaur Premanande. श्री राधा गोपीनाथ भगवान की, श्री गौर निताई की, श्री गिरिधारी गोपाल की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय Devaki Nandanaya cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Govindaya Namo Namaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Pranamami Haripriye Hare Krishna. Welcome to all of you on this fine sunny Sunday morning for the Sunday Feast program. We are reading from third canto Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 4, entitled Vidura Approaches Maitreya. Text number 32. Evam Triloka Guruna Sandishtaha Shabdayonina Vadarya Harimije Samadhina Evam Triloka Guruna Sandishtaha Shabdayonina Yadarya Harimije Samadhina Evam Triloka Guruna Sandishtaha Shabdayonina Badaryashramama Sadhya Harimije Samadhina Sandishta Shabdayonina Vadaryashramama Sadhya Harimije Samadhinam Matajis. Hare Krishna. Evam, thus, three loka, three worlds, Guruna, by the spiritual master, Sandishtaha, being perfectly right, being perfectly taught, Shabda Yonina, by one who is the source of all Vedic knowledge, Badarya Shramam, in the pilgrimage of Badrikashrama, Asadhya, reaching, Harim, unto the Lord, Ije, satisfied, Samadhina, by trance. Translation. Shukdev Goswami informed the king that Uddhav, being thus instructed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the source of all Vedic knowledge, and the spiritual master of the three worlds, reached the pilgrimage site of Badrikashram and engaged himself there in the trance to satisfy the Lord. So we will read the second part of the purport. While present on this earth, the Lord executed many uncommon activities, even traveling in the space to bring down the Parijat from heaven and recovering the son of his teacher Sandipani Muni from the regions of death. Uddhav was certainly informed of the conditions of life on the other planets, and all the sages were anxious to know of them, just as we are anxious to know about the planets in space. Uddhav was particularly deputed to carry a message to Badrikashram, not only to the sages of the place of pilgrimage, but also to the Nara-Narayan deities. Such a message must have been more confidential than the knowledge described in the pages of the Vedas. The Lord is undoubtedly the source of all knowledge, and the messages dispatched through Uddhav to Nara-Narayan and other sages were also part of the Vedic knowledge, but they were more confidential and could be sent or understood only through such a pure devotee as Uddhav. Since such confidential knowledge was known only to the Lord and Uddhav, it is said that Uddhav was as good as the Lord himself. Every living entity can, like Uddhav, also become a confidential messenger on the level of the Lord, on the same level of the Lord, provided he becomes confidential himself by the dint of loving devotional service. Such confidential knowledge is entrusted as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita only to pure devotees like Uddhav and Arjun. And one has to learn the mystery through them and not otherwise. One cannot understand Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam without the help of such confidential devotees of the Lord. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, that confidential message must have concerned with the mystery of his departure, that is the Lord's departure, and the annihilation of the dynasty of and the annihilation of his dynasty after the end of his appearance in the mundane world for 100 years. Everyone must have been very anxious to know about the mystery of the annihilation of the Yadu dynasty, and that message must have been explained by the Lord to Uddhav and dispatched to Badrikashram for the information of Nara-Narayan and other pure devotees of the Lord. Om Agyana Timirandasya Yananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Brinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So all of us are hearing this beautiful pastime of Vidura's meeting Maitreya, which Shukdev ji is explaining to King Parikshit. Without going in much details, even His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj in detail explained it last Sunday. The important point here is take home message. is that the transcendental message of the Lord, the divine Trigunatit message of the Lord can be transmitted only by the medium of a pure devotee. Unless one is pure devotee of the Lord, he is unable to be entrusted for transmission of the message of the Lord. Or else one has to be at least in line with the bona fide Guru Parampara, and one has to be following the principles of Dharma very strictly and purely, and one has to be engaged in the loving devotional service of the Lord and His devotees. Then as the surrender grows, more and more empowerment comes to transmit the knowledge of the Lord to others. Because Sri Krishna also explains in Bhagavad Gita that this is Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam. The knowledge about the Lord and His devotees and the Dham is a confidential knowledge. Although appearing to be public or publicly available, still the secret or the deepest realization may not be available to public, although it is public. It will be only revealed in the heart of us by the mercy of the Lord through the media of a pure devotee of the Lord. So this has to be understood very carefully. Second thing is, if one, it's not that only Uddhav or Arjun are eligible. It is actually the whole opportunity is available to everybody, provided we become like Uddhav or Arjun. That means totally surrendered soul, engaged in loving devotional service to the Lord. This point is important. It is not that only Santa Tukaram can become Santa Tukaram. This opportunity is available to everybody, because the formula is same, the mantra that we chant is same, the dharma, the principles that we follow is the same. Only the difference is the level of surrender that they have and we have. So let us all take this very seriously, because this life is ultimately meant for self-realization. This life is ultimately meant, a human life, the life in human body is meant to understand the confidential message of the Lord that He has for us. And we need to mold our life in such a way that we finally perceive, receive, understand and realize the divine message of the Lord, which is meant for our ultimate welfare. So here, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is going beyond, saying that there must be some message highly confidential, which is not even maybe revealed in Bhagavatam or in the obvious public speech. It's not public speech, but now it is made public. Even in that it may not be there. Such a confidential message must be there to be delivered to not only the sages of Himalayas, but to Lord Naranarayan himself, the two great personalities. Because everybody, all those who are pure devotees or those who are aspiring to be pure devotees of the Lord, are always very, very eager to know what the Lord is doing, or what are the intricacies of His loving pastimes. What is He manifesting in the material world? What is He doing in the spiritual world? All the time there is a great eagerness to know about the Lord. And that eagerness, when we have, it keeps us away from the entanglement of Maya. How one can be free from the entanglement of Maya while in the material world or in the spiritual world is to be always eager, by being always eager to know about the Lord or listen to His pastimes, know about His pastimes. Like when some pure devotee or some Guru Maharaj comes, how we are eager to know, what did he do, how did he eat, what did he eat, how much did he eat, what did he say, how much, whatever, every detail we want to know. So if we have also the experience of eagerness of what our spiritual master is doing when he comes to a particular place. So imagine the pure devotees of Vrindavan or pure devotees who are performing their bhajan in various holy places in the world. How much eager they must be to know about the activities of the Lord. So that is why the Lord also, knowing the eagerness, sends the confidential message or realization through a medium of pure devotee. If we become eager like that, then we should be sure and we should be fully having the confidence that the Lord will also send the messages and the realizations that we need to have. It is not that it's a private limited business. You can enter into private limited zone and then everything will be revealed to all of us also. That is the beauty of bhakti. It is not based on the caste or favoritism. It is based on loving devotional service. If we are on that platform, then all that needs to be known and we are anxious to know will be revealed to us in the course of time by the sweet will of the Lord. Hare Krishna. So, today we are going to discuss about very, very beautiful pastime at this moment going on in the holy place of Barsana. All of us are aware that there is Holi going on in Barsana right now, and everybody is keeping their mobiles alert and charged to get the messages from there, what is happening. So, it's a very, very good fortune of all of us that we have been introduced to the holy place of Sri Vrindavan Dham, Sri Barsana Dham, Sri Govardhan, and also to the great devotees over there, the Brajvasis, and also to the beautiful pastimes that take place there regularly, and also to the service in the holy Dham. That is something which is very extraordinary. None of us have performed any austerities to achieve service there. The service that we have there is simply the causeless mercy of Sri Guru and Gauranga and Srimati Radharani. So, although we are not qualified to discuss about these intimate pastimes of Radha and Krishna and the Gopis and the Brajvasis, but we can attempt by the mercy of our acharyas, by repeating what they have said, by repeating what we have heard from our spiritual masters. So, it is explained that when we hear these beautiful pastimes of Radha and Krishna and the Gopis and the Brajvasis, we should not hear them in the mood of enjoyment or entertainment. We should only listen to these beautiful narrations with awe and reverence and as a servant of these holy pastimes. As a servant of these beautiful Leelas, because Lila is not different from the Lord. Lila does give entertainment, but Lila should not be heard for entertainment. Lila should be heard for the purification of heart. Also to quench our thirst or eagerness to know about the Lord. That is bona fide. But we may forget this point that we are not supposed to entertain ourselves with these pastimes. But these pastimes, if we hear with attentiveness, with great faith, love and devotion, in the company of sincere devotees, then they have power to give us most deep realizations about the Lord. Even the realizations that the great demigods may not have, or they may not realize after attempting for many, many thousands of years, those realizations also can be available to us by the mercy of a pure devotee. So, Sri Vrindavan Dham has Many wonderful pastimes, and it is the source of many wonderful pastimes. And the Holi that we know, the origin of the Holi is in Barsana. The Holi festival is one of the most wonderful, loving Lila of the Lord with his devotees. It is mainly connected to colors, but it is not only connected to colors. I will explain in the course of time. Before that, the Lila of the Lord is explained. Maybe one day the moon will cease to exist, sun will cease to exist, and even the three worlds will cease to exist. But the pastimes of the Lord Hari and his devotees will never exist, never cease to exist. That is a beautiful verse. So, there are two types of Holis, basically, grossly. One Holi is connected to Holika, Dahan, the burning of the Holi, connected to Prahlad and Hiranyakashipu Narsimha story. In short, that is a one-day Holi. It's only naimittic for one day. So all of us know that Hiranyakashipu wanted to kill Prahlad, destroy him, and he told, use all means to destroy him. And they used all their means, but they just could not destroy him. Nothing could work on him. We will not go in details, but whatever was attempted, it failed. So then Hiranyakashipu called his sister Holika. She had done a lot of tapasya and she had got a boon that she will not be burned by fire. Also some people explain that she had got a blanket by Brahma, from Brahma, and if she would wear the blanket, then the fire would not burn her. So then the plot was planned that you take Prahlad in your lap and put the blanket on, or may not be true, but we will light the fire and you will not get burnt, but Prahlad will get burnt. That was such a good opportunity given to her that I will be of some great use for my brother, in service to my brother. So I will destroy this cancer to the dynasty which has come in the dynasty of Hiranyakashipu. So she sat with him in the lap, and then they put the fire on, and the fire just went ablaze. And lo and behold, she started burning. She started shouting, "Oh Brahma, what happened? You had given me a boon. How I am burning?" So Lord Brahma said, this boon was given to protect you from danger to you. This was not given to you to destroy somebody, to misuse. So because you are using it you are misusing it to destroy somebody, you will have to get burnt. And Prahlad did not get burnt. Prahlad came out intact, not even a hair on his body got burnt. And Holika got completely burned to ashes. So in the commemoration of that, we burn the Holi. We do Holika Dahan on the Falgun Purnima. I think it's Chaturdashi night, or I am not very clear about it. But anyway, on one night at the end of the Falgun, Falgun Purnima, around that, we do that burning. And I learnt in a very wonderful way recently that the Holi that we perform after that next day is actually throwing the ashes on everybody. Relishing the victory of truth over evil, victory of Vaishnavas over the demons. So we are so happy that the evil is destroyed, and we are throwing that in the form of dry ash or in the form of wet ash. And that is actually called Dhulendi. Dhulendi means to throw that ash. Also another meaning of that Holi is Dhuleti, Dhuli Vandan. One is we worship that Dhuli which burnt Holika. And also there is another angle to that Dhuli Vandan is we worship the dust of Vrindavan Dham on this day. And that Vrindavan Dham dust is put over everybody. Because that dust is touched by the lotus feet of Radha, Krishna, Gopis, Gopalas, Brijvasis, everybody, is very, very, very most powerful dust that ever you can have in life is the dust of Vrindavan Dham, where all the secrets of all loving devotional service are there in every karna of that dust. So that is applied to everyone. But today so much perversion has taken place that people take out gutter water and gutter dirt and they throw it on people in the name of Dhuli Vandan. So you have to understand that whenever there is something which is dirty, there has to be something that is very pure. When you come across a lie, there has to be truth somewhere. When you see something black, there has to be something white present in the world. So similarly, when you see most perverted things in the world, you must know there is something very, very pure behind it. The very pure behind this throwing of gutter dirt to everybody on their bodies is throwing the Braj Raj on the body of others and worshipping that dust, Dhuli Vandana. So this is one origin of Holi, which is only lasting for one day. But the second Holi is lasting for a season. It's Vasantotsava. It is lasting for a whole season, whole Ritu. Each Ritu is of 2 months. So this Holi of Braj is lasting for, some people say 40 days, but actually it is 45 days. It goes beyond Gaur Purnima also. It begins on Vasant Panchami and it goes till Falgun Purnima. Magha Shuddha Panchami. Magha Vadya Panchami, I think. Then it goes to Magha Amavasya, then Falgun Purnima. I may be making some mistake. But it is, Shuddha Panchami. Then that has 25 days of that month. And then first 15 days of Falgun, till Falgun Purnima. So total 40 days. But actually it goes 5 days over Falgun Purnima. In Vadya Paksha also it goes 5 more days. And that is called as Horanga. The first 10 days of Holi, which begins from Vasant Panchami, are called as Uddipana. Uddipan means it gives inspiration. It's a time for preparation. It's time to get excited about the Holi. That means Radha, Krishna, Gopis, Gwal Bala, they all start preparing for Holi. They start gathering colors, flowers, petals, making colors. They start stitching dresses. They start making turbans. They start making pistons. They start collecting all the requirement. There's one interesting thing which happens. Anyway, Vasanta Panchami is the day when there is yellow color everywhere in all north side of India, especially in Vrindavan Dham. Because the sarso, what is it called? Mustard is that time getting mature. So all the yellow flowers of mustard are everywhere. So everywhere it is yellow. And also it is the beginning of spring season. So spring season is like youth. Like our youth period is called as spring of the life. So spring season also in 12 months of life or time is a very enchanting, enlivening season where fresh fruits, fresh flowers, fresh foliage and everything becomes so beautiful, everything so becomes so charming, the birds start chirping, it said that even the yellow grass becomes green, the birds start chirping, the flowers and fruits start blossoming, the trees are filled with all beautiful things and the nature is at its peak of its youth. It gives lot of positive vibrations and happiness. So, on the day of Vasant Panchami, first time at 4:30 in the afternoon when Vaikalika Aarti is there, so the colors are thrown on the body of Radha and Krishna. And then they are thrown as prasadam to everybody else, on everybody else's body. Every single day, and as the days go by, excitement increases, preparations increase. And one preparation I'll tell you what exactly happens. There is something called a Lathamar Holi, which we will also discuss in short. For that, the ladies are supposed to hit the men. And I have seen even ladies who are 60, 70 years old, they also go to beat the men. And they don't only beat the men, they jump and beat the men. With full-fledged power, whatever they have. So for that, the young girls, the newly married women who are now Navavadhu, or married women, or elderly women, all are given a break for 15 days from the household work. They do the work, but they are relieved. And I have seen and heard that they also are given massage with oil. They are fed with makhan and ghee and heavy nutritious food to gain strength, to get rest, to gain strength, so that they can hit very nicely. Not only to human being, I mean the ladies, they also massage the bamboos. They really buy, let's call lattha. Lattha means it's not, lati is thin. Lattha is you can say, male counterpart of lati. Very thick and very solid, and sometimes they are a little crooked. So they are put through the machine and they are oiled repeatedly for 15 to 20 days. So they become very solid, very heavy, and very strong to beat nicely. It's a scene to see. All over the Braj you will find suddenly on the markets all bamboos will appear. And everybody is buying bamboos and negotiating to buy a big, tall, fat bamboo. And it's not just bought and used, it's just prepared for 15 days. So women and bamboos alike are getting massaged by nice sarso oil to be able to beat nicely. This is one of the preparations. And nice dry fruits and heavy nutritious food are being served to those girls. And they are every day discussing about it. You can see if you go to houses of Brajbasis in these days, I mean now that they are over already, everybody will be sitting and processing their bamboos. Everybody will be gathering colors, making colors, stitching dresses, and all time talking about the forthcoming Holi festival. That is the buzz of Sri Vrindavan Dham and Barsana Dham. So, Holi is called Vasanta Utsav. It's also called Madan Mohan Utsav. Very interesting to know. In Puranas, there is one discussion between Narad Muni and Kamadev. And I'll just read it verbatim. Narad Muni is asking Kamadev, I've heard that you mesmerized all the demigods like Brahma, Shiva and everybody else. What exactly happened when you met Krishna? So Kamadev says, when I met Krishna, I asked him for a combat, for a fight. So Krishna asked, which type of fight you want? One-to-one combat or fight from the forts and as an army? He says, I want one-to-one combat. Do you want to fight while raising flags and blowing conch shells and playing drums and all that kind of group activity or what? He said, I want one-to-one. So then Narada Muni said, then what happened? So he said that when I approached Krishna, he was about to begin his Ras Lila, and I wanted to have that combat with him as he had promised. But just before the combat, he played his flute. And when he played his flute, with the first few syllables of sound that were blown through his lotus lips, in the holes of the flute and came out of the flute and touched my ears, I fainted there. I fell down unconscious. And that is where I got defeated in first few seconds. That is why the Lord is called Madan Mohan and the festival of Vasanta is called Vasant Utsava or Madan Mohan Utsava. Okay. Also one more statement he made, that as long as Yada Radha Sangadhati Tatha Madana Mohanam, as long as Radha is with Krishna, Krishna always wins over me. There is also another story which happened in the place called Ranwari, which is also a place of Holi, very, very famous place for Holi. Ranwari is near Chhata. And why it is called Ranwari? Because their run took place. The battle took place between Kamadev and Krishna. But it is not with weapons or any other mantras or astras or shastras. What happened was, all the gopis, what happened, let's go a little behind. When Krishna was telling Mother Earth about that he will come and kill Kamsa and the other demons, he actually allocated duties to all the demigods, that you become this, you become that, you go here, you go there and take birth, be ready, take your positions, I am coming. So that time, Kamadev also was there, but Kamadev purposely did not take any duty that I will come as this. So Krishna also understood that he had something to do. He said, okay. So Kamadev wanted to actually test Krishna as whether he is Krishna, Supreme Lord, and whether he is subjugated with my power or he is above me or below me. So there are many occasions in Vrindavan Dham that he came to actually test Krishna or fight with Krishna or to beat him or to defeat him. So at this place he sent his wife Rati Devi and said, you just put all mesmerizing, intoxicating atmosphere here. So she created a kund called Rati Kund there and filled with so many mystic atmosphere, flowers, fruits, birds chirping, basically endowed with mode of passion. If anybody would go, would completely get enamored by lust for the opposite sex. Such atmosphere she created, and then Kamadev entered. And gopis had gone there as per the instruction of Vrinda Devi to have pastimes with Krishna in that place on that day. And when they went there and they saw the mystic atmosphere, they got affected by the influence of Kamadev. And when Krishna came in the end, he saw that my dear gopis are all getting influenced by Kamadev's arrows. They are not actually physical arrows. They are arrows but made of flowers. And they go and get inserted in the heart. And the heart gets inflicted by the lust for the opposite sex. So gopis were getting enamored by that influence. So Krishna understood that my gopis are getting influenced. So what Krishna did, he appeared in front of each gopi as one Krishna. And just when he appeared, the influence of Kamadev was vanished, nullified. And Kamadev got defeated there. It's called Ranvari. Then Kamadev came and surrendered to Krishna actually. I am very sorry. And that is, after that, this happened. Then they played Holi. It is explained in detail in many scriptures that the cowherd boys and the gopis, they got completely intoxicated. They were reeling, their eyes were reeling. They were not in their senses. They were so intoxicated with the colors and the colorful pastimes. All the gopis, all the cowherd boys, even they said Madhumangal, Sridama, Ujjval, Subal, Sakha, they were not identifiable. There was so much of color on them. They were not identifying each other. They were not identifying Krishna. There's so much of color. Very beautiful pastime. So there's another Holi. So the point was that this is Vasantotsava, also called as Madan Mohan. Vasant lasts for 2 months and it gives the best of best performance. In fact, all the Ritus, they are always there together for all 12 months to give their best performance. Even when Krishna was born, one of the symptoms of Krishna's birth was all these 6 Ritus were there present to give their best of performance to Krishna's appearance, for the appearance of Krishna. So, but throughout the year, while Krishna was there, all seasons were together. So they were giving their best performance, along with Vasant also giving best performance for all the 12 months. When the actual time of Vasant comes, it's like in Hindi we say, Sone pe suhaga. That means already there is an ocean of happiness. One more ocean of happiness is added to that. So enhance the happiness. So there are 2 types of Holis. One type of Holi is to play with colors, right? And in that also there are 2 types. One is a Holi of dry colors, that is a guru or abhir or gulal. These are beautiful natural products which are used as dry powders to put on the cheeks and other part of the body. And there's something called as teshu. You know, teshu is a flower or some herb is there in Vrindavan Dham which grows in this season. That is collected by Brajvasis and it is soaked overnight and warmed in the morning with the herb in the water. And then it gives out colors in the water. And that warm water is filled in silver or golden syringes and is sprayed over the bodies of Brajvasis, gopis and gopalas. Actually, I have experienced that, by the way. That the Goswamis have shown me that herb and how they produce that color, liquid color, and in warm, very mildly, beautifully warm, it is sprinkled on the body. It gives such a beautiful feeling on the skin. In fact, it is said that हमारी त्वचा खिल जाती है. It becomes like very tejasvi. All the pores become clean and the skin starts shining. Not the oil paint and the chemical that we use today. This is original Holi. When we use colors which spoil our skin permanently sometimes, burn our skin, that means there is something which is very beautiful, exactly opposite, which gives glow to the skin. So that's called tissue flowers. So dry and there is wet. So in the colorful Holi, playing Holi, there are two types, dry and wet. And then there is another Holi which is more important than this Holi also. It is singing the pastimes of Holi. If you see in Vrindavan Dham, all these 40 days, everybody is singing for hours and hours and hours together. These beautiful pastimes of Holi, written by many Braj acharyas for many thousands of years, and they are singing in beautiful ragas. And you can see when they actually play Holi, they derive one kind of happiness. But when they sing these Holi rasiyas, they appear to be in completely ecstasy, thousands of times more when they physically play the dry and wet Holi. So there are two basically ragas, which are called as Rag Kafi and Rag Dhamar. Dhamar is basically tal based and Kafi is swar based. So in these two ragas, the Holis are sung, all the Holis. And basically these two ragas are composed of such swaras, the sound notes, which are very, they give a lot of encouragement and excitement and happiness, and you just can't sit down there. When their holy songs are sung, you can't just say, okay, you sing, I'm hearing. It's not like that. You get excited, completely involved, and you become ecstatic. So these ragas are used to play the holy, sing the holy names. There is a shastra called Bhakti Ratnakar by Narahari Chakravarti Thakur, which explains the Holi, which is also not only seasonal. I told about one day Holi, I told about a seasonal Holi for 2 months or whatever, a full season it takes place. And there's one Holi which takes place throughout the year continuously at one place. Which is that place? That place is called Gantholi, or near Govardhan. It's called Gulal Kund, which is in the Vilasvan. There's one called Vilasvan, or Upavan. And in that there is one kunda called Bilchu Kunda or Bichwa Kunda, and another kund is Gulal Kund. And what pastime took place in this place is Radha and Krishna were performing their Nibrut Nikunja Lila. What is Nibrut Nikunja Lila? Where only two are there, nobody else is there. Everyone else organizes everything under the guidance of Lalita, Vishaka and Vrinda Devi, but then they leave them after dressing them and getting them ready, and just leave them alone. And when they only are together, two of them, those Leelas are called Nibrut Nikunja Leela. And that particular Nikunja is called Nibrut Nikunja. So they were in one place called Vilasvan. And they were only two of them looking into the eyes of each other, and they were lost completely in the unlimited depths of their eyes with love and affection. And they were completely beyond the awareness of external existence. So they totally forgot everything. And then the gopis came hidingly from behind, all of them surrounded from all the sides. Lalita went behind, and when they were too engrossed, they were not aware of their bodies or their clothes or anything on their body. So they went behind, and the two corners of cloth of their body, like Radharani's chundri and Krishna's dupatta, the ends they tied a tight knot, and they again hid. After some time, they came out of the trance, Radha and Krishna. They came out of the trance, and when they got up, they got pulled by the knot. And when they saw the knot, they felt very shy. And they looked down, and they really expressed their shyness. As soon as they got shy, the gopis appeared with their pistons, and they drenched them with unlimited gallons of colors from all the 360 degrees. From all sides, they were drenched. And they drenched them with so much of color, water, gulal, that behind them, when the water came down of their body, formed a very beautiful kund called Gulal Kund. Bolo Gulal Kund Dham ki. So Gulal Kund actually is the color that drenched the body of Radha and Krishna and filled a pond. So that is the place where 12 months in a year Holi is being played. You go any season, they will throw color on you. Very beautiful place. So because the knot was tied, that place is called Gant Gant, where they tied the knot to Radha and Krishna. That is also the place where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu worshipped Sri Gopal, Srinathji, because he wanted to take darshan of Srinathji Gopal on the mountain, but he as a devotee could not climb. So Srinathji only spread a rumor that Mughals are coming. So the pujaris took him down and runningly they came and hid him at the temple of Gantoli. So then Mahaprabhu came to know, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that my dear Gopal has been brought down. So he went running there, chanting, dancing ecstatically. And for 7 full days he worshipped Srinathji at Gantoli by performing Harinam Sankirtan, dancing in ecstasy for all 7 days with all the Brajvasis. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So the third type of Holi which takes place every single day in Braj. There's one scripture called as Madhukeli Valli, written by Govardhan Bhatta. This Govardhan Bhatta is in the lineage of our Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. And in that he describes beautiful holy pastimes. We don't have time to go in details. Now, first 10 days are meant for Uddipana, which is till Magh Purnima. Magh Purnima is what? Appearance of Narottam Das Thakur. It is explained that on Magh Purnima, anything that you start or you do becomes eternal. This was told to me by personally His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. So, the next 30 days, now 10 days are over. 5th day of Magha and Magha Purnima, and then 30 days are there till Falgun Purnima. That is called as Kriya Khela Devas. Actually active holy performance is on those 30 days. So it is said right from the end of Vrindavan, Bansi Bhat, to banks of Jamuna, to Govardhan, to the Taleti of Govardhan, to the many at the banks of many kundas, and then you go to Barsana and Pili Pokhar, and you go beyond to Kamyavan, and all places of Vrindavan Dham, the Braj Mandal, Holi is performed. Like Rasa Lila is performed not only in Bansi Bhat. It just began in Bansi Bhat. But then on every atom of Braj, Krishna has performed Ras Lila. So like that, holy pastimes are performed by Krishna on every atom on the land of Braj Bhumi. So there is a beautiful notion which we should now understand before we go into the deeper pastimes, that the whole pastime of the holy, or rather any pastimes of Vrindavan Dham, or more specifically any competitive pastimes of the Holy Dham. That means what? When Radha Krishna play chess, Dyuta, the whole idea is to play the game and lose the game. Nobody plays in the material world to lose the game, right? We all want to win. We all are encouraged to win. We all are coached to win, counseled to win. And we go down and we are still counseled that we will win, you will win. Hum honge kamyab. So material world is always teaching you, you win, defeat others. Let others be below you, you be above them. But exactly opposite there in the spiritual world. Sri Krishna plays all the games in the guise of winning the game, but inside the heart he thinks I should lose. So Acharyas give the purport that the very basis of holy is to lose. And when you lose, how you are declared that you lose? If you are caught alone and you get arrested, that means you are lost. Or if you are drenched much more than the opposite party, you get drenched completely, then you are considered to be lost. So Krishna and Balram are constantly cautioning his friends, be aware and alert. Don't be alone. Always walk in groups. Don't lose. Don't get caught. Don't get drenched, run away, like that. So one pastime is like this, Krishna Balram were at Govardhan, and they were kind of taking precautions that we should not find ourselves alone. But somehow, in the trance of being happy, Krishna just got a little drifted away. And the clever gopis, the Lalita and Vishakha and Chandrabhaga, they came to Krishna. They didn't come to arrest him. They said, "Come, Krishna, you have been so tired the whole day and herding cows." So Mother Yashoda has sent a special chak. Chak means in the afternoon when Krishna goes to herd big cows far away, he doesn't come back in the noon like the baby cows. So when he was Gopal, he used to go far away and the gopis would bring chak, the midday meal from Yashoda. So they say that we have brought from Nandagaon, from your mother. Kindly come and honor that. You have been so tired herding cows. Come and have that prasad. So he said yes. And as soon as he came a little bit away, they immediately caught him and they twisted his hands behind his back and tied him. He thought he will get good prasad, but he was tied. And they took him inside the big circle of thousands of gopis. And the gopis started speaking to him. You have troubled us so much. So many times, in so many occasions, you have troubled and troubled, like stopping our passage in Sankri Kor, in Dan Ghati, in Mathura, and everywhere. You have harassed us, you have broken our pots, you have really troubled us. And that day, we were taking bath in Yamuna, you came and stole our clothes. We were begging and begging and begging. What we did not do, but you did not budge. You never gave us clothes. You forced us to come out naked. Today we'll take revenge. Father Gopi said, when he is getting harassed, we all want to see him how he is getting harassed. So lift him little on the higher platform so that we can see properly how he is embarrassed. Father Gopi said, he is too proud of being a man. He thinks he is a great man and victorious man. Today we'll make him a woman. We'll dress him as a gopi. Let us dress him as a gopi, as a girl. Another gopi said, let us apply kajal on his face, in his eyes and decorate him as a girl. Another gopi said, let us put bindi on his forehead. Another gopi said, we will clap. After we make him girl, we'll clap. And on that tal, let him dance. We will make him dance. So another gopi said, before that, we should snatch everything from him. We should snatch his peacock feather, his flute, his pitambar, everything we will snatch. So they snatched that. Actually, whatever the gopis wished, they did with Krishna that day because he was totally under their subjugation. Another gopi said to Krishna now, call your powerful brother Balram to save you. You think if you need help, you call him. And if he is also not successful, then you can call Mother Yashoda to get released. You are so smart. You can try your tricks to get released. Another gopi said, forget all this. Because we know they will not be successful in doing all these things. You just surrender yourself to the feet of Radharani. Fall at her feet and pray. Then she may release you. In the meantime, some gopis, they go secretly and they catch Balram also. He was also found somehow by tricks alone. And they also arrested him and they arrested Krishna Balram together. Now this is such a beautiful pastime. Krishna and Balram are so embarrassed. They are about to be dressed as female. And Brahma, Narad, Shiva and all the demigods are watching from the sky. They are also drenching them with colors. They are thinking that we tremble in fear when Krishna Balram look at us. And these same Krishna Balram are arrested here and they are subjugated and subdued by the powerful gopis. Why they are blaming themselves. Why are we still Brahma and Shiva and Narad and demigods? We want to become like them. We meditate on Krishna so much, so hard, but still we cannot capture him in the heart with full realization. And look at these gopis are capturing them, whichever means, and they are arresting them and harassing them. Such lords who are unable to be achieved by anybody like us are folding their hands and begging the gopis and crying to release them. So then after harassment for a long time and getting drenched with color, Krishna said, please, please, please give my Pitambar, Murli and Morpankha back. So they say first surrender to Radharani. Then he falls at the feet of Radharani. Then said not half, full. Then he falls flat at the lotus feet of Radharani. Really begs, singing songs of pleading. And then they say, now we will release you only when you give Fagua. Huh? See this mala? This is not just worn for decoration, by the way. This is called as Fagua. What is Fagua? When you lose in a game, especially in Holi, you have to give many things to the persons who have defeated you. And one of them is ornaments. Another is food. Another is currency, that is money, gold coins. And another is vastra. Those things are to be given. And you have to touch the feet of a gopi and give. So, Krishna gave Fagua to gopis. He gave sweetmeats, ornaments, clothes, and currency, and finally got released. And then he thought, I must take revenge of this embarrassment. So, on the day of Shivaratri, he took the form of a yogi, putting babhuti, ashes on his body. Anyway, it's a long pastime. Come sometimes on different occasions, I'll tell you. But in short, he became a yogi and he came to Barsana and he did lot of chadma. Chadma is full natak for long time. And finally they came closer and closer to him because he was smelling very, very, very beautiful. And it is said that he was acting as a yogi, but he had no qualities of a yogi at all. One of the qualities of a yogi is always sthir and steady. Especially eyes are very steady. But the gopis are saying his eyes are so chanchal. With little sound of ankle bells, he is looking here and there. What kind of a yogi is he? Then they are asking him, why have you come here? This is not a place of yoga. You should go to Himalayas. This is not a place to put ashes. And you have put ashes also, you have put chandan also on your forehead. Which yogi is putting chandan on the forehead? So as it became too much, Krishna came to know that now my chadma is going to be exposed. So he only exposed himself before they exposed him. And what he had hidden in his body was lots and lots of colors. So he drenched the gopis with colors and defeated them. So this is the Chadma Lila. He also comes as a person, a gopi who sells bangles, kangan, and also a gopi which puts mehndi, and also a lady who puts mehndi, a lady who sells garlands, flower garlands, lady who comes to sweep the floor, lady who, many things are there. Huh? As a brahmachari also. So, so from time is always running very fast. So there is a sequence, I will tell you in short. 10 days is Uddipan, then there is preparation, and then what comes is Rangili Holi. Rangili Holi is on the 9th day of Falgun. And on the Ashtami day, gopis from Nandagaon, men from Nandagaon, especially Brahmin, they are sent by Mother Yashoda with colors to go to Barsana and to invite gopis to play Holi the next day, that is Rangili Holi. And ladies from Barsana go to Nandagaon to invite Krishna Balram with the pots of colors, come tomorrow to play Holi. So girls have gone there, some of the girls, and some Brahmins have been sent as messenger by Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj to Barsana. So this called Pandey Lila, it takes place on Ashtami. So Pandey comes, Pandey is a Brahmin, representative of Nandagaon. He's come with colors and he's inviting to Gopi. But he has come alone, and so many girls were there at Pilipokar. So they all gathered him and they drenched him with color, fully overwhelmed him. जैसे हमारे भाषा में क्या बोलते हैं, धो डाला उसे, completely drenched from all sides. So many thousands of girls came and drenched him, and Radharani was not there. So she came little later. She saw, poor fellow, he has just come to invite. He is not the one who is going to come and play Holi with us. We will drench him. Why to trouble him? So she very effortfully released this Brahmin and begged apology. I'm sorry, my girls, my friends are very naughty and very audacious. Please forgive them. You are already drenched. Please come home. I'll give you my father's fresh clothes, and you can take bath with scented water. So she took him to his palace, her palace, and he took bath with warm scented water. Then she gave him father's clothes and she put him on the asana, and then she offered arti to him, argya to him, padya to him, and lots of bhoga she offered to him. And then by this time, when she was serving and pleasing the Brahmana, Pandey, Mother Kirtida came, and she came to know, oh, Pandey has come from Nandagaon to invite for Holi. So she brought laddus, and she, while he was sitting on the asan, she, can you see how I am showing? She fed laddus in his mouth. One after another. Huh? Laddu bhar diye uske muh mein pure. He was like, she was putting laddus, so much happiness, so much of love, affection was there. So that Holi is called Laddu Mar Holi. On Ashtami day. It took place on 7th of March. That is the day before yesterday. And on the commemoration of that place, that day, pastime, today also the Nandagaon Brahmins come. They are called as Huriyare. Huriyare means they dress up in a very unique way, not like other days. And they come to invite Radharani. And all of us, like devotees, they donate laddus to Radharani's temple. That means to Radharani and to Kirtida and to family. Lots of thousands of laddus are donated. And the pujaris on behalf of Kirti Maiya throw all these laddus out of Garbhagriha to people who have come, especially to the people who have come to invite them from Nandagaon to Holi. But in the process, they are thrown to the people who have come from Nandagaon, but everybody else comes and catches. It is considered very, very auspicious to receive those laddus. And the more you get, more fortunate you are considered to be. And the next day, then what happens is, extremely beautiful pastime. That is called as Holi Ki Barat, the procession that takes place. Krishna is now ready with different dress on his head, cover, shield, everything. There's dhal also. That dhal actually represents Balram. They make a very special dhal. In Nandagaon, when they prepare for their Holi, in Uddipana days, they prepare a very beautiful dhal for each one. And it has got two handles below and a lot of soft things on top, and then they are held like this and they are getting hit. So they get ready, and then when they start from Nandagaon, the procession is so colorful and so beautiful that demigods just cannot stop themselves. Shiva comes down as a funny man with 5 heads, and Brahma comes down as a funny man, and then Shukdev comes, and Narad Muni comes, and Maya Devi, Purnamasi, everybody comes. Indra comes. And then what happens? Brahma is moving his 4 heads, 4 mouths in such a funny way. He is making a lot of sounds also and moving them in such a funny way to entertain, because they should not identify him and not kick him out of the procession. To maintain himself in the procession, he is also entertaining all the Gopalas. And what they are saying? How his 4 mouths are moving, just see. From where this funny man has come amongst us? Who will marry this man with 4 heads? If at all some young girls agrees to marry this funny man, which mouth she will talk to? Eastern or northern? And then they go further because they are very naughty and uddand. Okay? They say if at all one girl agrees to marry, then which cheek she will kiss as a wife? Then Indra is making very funny sounds with his cheeks. You know what is gulcha, no? So when you make that, a lot of beautiful sound comes. So Indra is making very, very funny sounds from his blown up, bloated cheeks, and making sounds and entertaining the Goalbals. Lord Shiva with his 5 mouths is also there, not as Shiva, but playing very funny pranks and playing his damru. And boys are making fun of him. See, 5-headed man, like that. And naked Shukdev, 16-year-old, is also intoxicated condition walking along with the procession. Narad Muni is completely mad. He is rolling in the dust, standing, dancing, rolling in the dust, standing, dancing. And Purnamasi gets very inspired. She assumes a very big form. And she lifts Narad Muni in her lap and she's caressing him. All are doing very funny things. Purnamasi is one of the gopis, but she assumes a bigger form to lift this big man, Narad. And then all demigods want to continue their chadma, that is their dress up, to continue and not, they should not throw him out. So being the part of this divine procession. And like that, from Nandagaon to Barsana, all the demigods are completely enjoying the beautiful procession. In between, I didn't tell you what Krishna Balram were doing. Krishna Balram were so much happy, dancing. They were like soldiers, All bodies were filled with colors of different colors on their body. Even today also, when they dress up Krishna Balram in Nandagaon, you will see in today's darshan, lot of packets are there on the body of gulal, abir, various colorful, beautiful things. And lots of pichkaris from behind, like the soldiers have guns. Many pichkaris tucked on the waist, at the back, pointing upwards, pointing downwards, all sides, fully loaded with colors. And this way, they are also trying to show their weapons to everybody. Everybody is discussing, I have this, I have that, and they are talking, and all the demigods are enjoying their company, the way they are excited about the whole thing. And they reach Barsana, and the first place they reach is Pilipokar. So yesterday also the Pandey reached Pilipokar only. Today also they reached Pilipokar only. So it is the place where Holi begins. It's Barsana, but in Barsana, Pilipokar is the place where Holi begins every day, every year. So as soon as they reach Pilipokar, all the demigods go behind. Now they become observers. Now the party goes inside there. Krishna goes well decked up, beautiful. And then he sees that everywhere he does scanning with his eyes. So many thousands of gopis are there, well dressed up, well decked up, well prepared. But he does not see Radharani. And he is searching Radharani, where is she? So Vishaka was there. So he, with eyes only, asked her, where is she? So with eyes only she tells him, she has not come, she is upset. So he tells through eyes only, go and bring her. So Vishaka runs on the mountain to the palace. And Radharani is upset that day for some reason. She is doing Man Lila. And Lalita is trying to convince her, hey, why are you doing, today is a holy day, it's not a day to get angry and upset, this is a day to enjoy. And then Vishaka comes running, hurry, he came, he has already reached, what are you doing over here? Then she is describing Krishna to inspire her. The Sakhi is describing Lalita. He is walking with such a grace in intoxicated manner that his hair locks, curly hair locks are moving so rhythmically over his beautiful blue cheeks. Mother Yashoda has put a crown on his head that is shining like millions of suns, as brilliant and effulgent as millions of sun. His earrings are shining like lightning. The forest flower garland that is wearing in the neck is looking like collection of clouds in between the lightning. His divine body is fully drenched in red color, gulal. He is holding a syringe filled with color in his hand, looking for you and waiting eagerly for you, O Radha, O Radha. Today is a day not to sit at home and get upset. Please get ready. She is not still ready to move. She said, if you don't believe my description, get out of your window and see. There is a place in Pilipokar, today also. If you come to that place, you can see the palace of Radharani. So that is the place he came. He was standing and waiting and looking, because they told she is there. So he is looking, and then she came out of that jharoka and saw Krishna. And Krishna was so happy, immediately took out his syringe and shot. So Acharya say that Pichkari water did not reach, but the love of his heart reached her, touched her and changed her mood. And she ran inside and very swiftly and fast she dressed up and she came down. How she was looking, please hear carefully. She was dressed up gorgeously by the gopi friends. Her gait was very intoxicated and very attractive. She was as effulgent as millions of lamps, jyoti. When she was walking, it looked like fluttering of the flame of a lamp due to the breeze. How the lamp flame flutters when the breeze comes, like that she was looking like fluttering when the way she was walking. Her curly hair locks, which were decorated beautifully by the gopis, they were graciously moving in rhythm when she was walking. She was wearing a brilliant nose ring, Nathani, Nakhavesar it is called as. And one of the hair lock, while she was walking to and fro, got entangled in the nose ring. There are many, many songs on this, by the way, in Braj Bhumi. Because this is not once it's happening. It happens many, many times. And on that particular event of her hair lock getting locked in the nose ring, there are many, many beautiful bhajans. And then say that this is a net put by Radharani in which the fish Krishna gets entangled. And Krishna, her beauty was so amazing that Krishna got stunned looking at this darshan. It is like there was one moon leaving the sky, walking on the earth with millions of stars. There were gopis in the middle of millions of gopis. Gora Chand, it is said as the fair moon was walking on earth, not in the sky. And then they start playing Holi, they come together and they were very happy and they decide, okay, we'll play Holi, make some rules, that we'll play dry Holi first, wet Holi afterwards, and this is the rule. And then within few minutes, Sri Krishna and his team start losing in the game of dry Holi. And Krishna is always a very big cheater, right? When they know that whenever he will start losing, he will do some cheating business. And sure enough, when he was about to be getting defeated officially, he just took out his pistol and shot at Radharani's cheek. There was a gulal in that, red color. They were not supposed to play wet color Holi till they decide to play. But because he was losing in dry Holi, he thought, I will use this weapon, break the rule and win. Radharani was very clever. When he aimed at her cheek, she very cleverly put her hands in between and stopped that piston, dhar. But it was so fast that some of the droplets of red color reflected from the palm and went and stationed themselves on the cheek of Radharani. So Radharani's golden cheek was now having red droplets of red color that Krishna had thrown. And she was looking so beautiful, so beautiful. The Acharyas explained that when the fruit of guava is having some red drops, how the guava fruits become so beautiful. Radharani was looking so beautiful that Krishna lost his composure. He did the cheating business, but he only lost his composure and he just became stunned and started looking at that. As soon as he did that, I am taking so much time to describe to you. This happened in few kshanas. All these things. He shooting, she holding, water going on his cheeks and he getting stunned. He's dropping his syringes and they getting angry. All of them got angry and stopped the game. Stop the game. We don't want to play Holi. And then they arrest Krishna. Again twist his hands behind. Many gopis hold him like that and drag him towards Lalita and say, Lalita, do the court martial. Mukaddama. She said, what punishment we should give? A lot of bad words they use, I don't want to use this. What punishment to give this dash. You decide. So then they say, yes, I decide this time that Radharani should dip her hands in a pot of kajal with all her fingers and apply to all over the face of Krishna. Generally we put it on the ring finger and take a little bit and put at the corners of the eyes. But we will put his face fully with kajal. Then we will steal his uttariya. But it's supposed to be insult, When you steal somebody's uttariya, it is very insulting actually. So then they decided and they said, Radharani, they brought a pot of attar full. And Radharani's hands were dipped in that. And he was brought in a folded and arrested condition in front of Radharani with face in front of her. And he was about to be drenched with kajal and he moved his head. So then Radharani took him in her left arm and made him tight in that position, in immovable position, and drenched the kajal on his face. Another pastime is and another pastime is that when she couldn't do that, many more gopis joined and they held 2 ears of Krishna tightly in front of Radharani's face and hands. And then both hands she applied kajal and made his face completely black. And then Radharani and other gopis snatched his cloth At some pastimes it is said he gave it as a gift, as a tax or whatever, a fagua. And then they turned him around and wrote a gali, bad word on his back, and they pushed him away. Get lost from here. That word also I cannot tell you. Please, forgive me. So this is the Holi took place on the day, that is yesterday's day. At the same time, there is something called a Lathamar Holi. All the Gwalbas, they come with the dhal, the shield, and all the gopis who have now prepared for 15-20 days with eating meva and nutritious food and massage and bamboos are massage, they come and they really hit the Gwalbal. And the mood is that these Gwalbal should become strong to face the demons when they come in the future to attack Krishna Balaram. So they are training them, and they are tolerating that. It is said if by chance you get hit with the stick somewhere else other than the dhal, you get injured, then they pick up that dust from that place and put in that wound, and the wound gets healed. The government and the local management, they put trucks of dust on that Rangili Gully, where this whole pastime takes place. And what the sadhus are doing, who are observing, at the end of the day, it begins at 5 o'clock in the evening, yesterday evening, 5 o'clock, 1 hour it takes place. At the end of the day or the festival at 6 o'clock, 6:30, there is no particle of dust on Rangili Gully. In fact, there are holes. People dig and take the dust after digging the road. That means everybody takes the dust home to honor and to worship, which is touched by the gopis and gopalas who played the Holi that day. So, Barsana ladies are hitting Nandagaon men. That is called Lathamar Holi of Barsana. And today is Nandagaon Lathamar Holi. Today two things happen. Yesterday, who have defeated the Gwalbal of Nandagaon, those gopis go to Mother Yashoda. And they say, it is said that they fight with Mother Yashoda, jhagad ke, fighting, they ask for Fagua. And then she has to give them saris and sweetmeats and ornaments and everything. And all the gopis are fighting with Yashoda. They are singing the songs that how the gopis are fighting with Yashoda to receive the Fagua, the tax that the home of Krishna has to pay. And then the men from Barsana have dressed up as Huriyare, like the yesterday's Nandagaon men, and the girls from Nandagaon, they beat them with the stick in Nandagaon today. Hare Krishna. That is Nandagaon Lathamar Holi. And tomorrow is Banke Bihari Vrindavan Holi, called Rangabarni Holi. Tomorrow all the Thakurs of Vrindavan Dham, they play Holi in their temple. Like Lord Banke Bihari, Radha Vallabhji, our temples, everywhere there is Holi. And like that, the festival goes on. On 14th, in this year 14th, there will be Holika Dahan, and there's in the place called Phalen, there's one village called Phalen, and there's supposed to be a Vamshaj, the descendant of Prahlad, who lives very pure life. On the day of Holi, when the Holi is burnt, it's not like our Holi, it's like completely, I think, all this whole area is a fire, not one hole in the ground. And that big fire, when it becomes ablaze like to the ceiling, then that panda, Phalen ka panda, puts oil on his body, he runs through the fire and comes back through the fire once, and nothing happens to him. I've seen it at least once and many times on video. How he runs and how he comes out untouched by the fire. I know, commemorating the whole thing that Prahlad was sitting in the fire for such a long time, he never got burnt. And then there's something called as Gokul ki Chadimar Holi. In the memory of Balramji's plow, they use, this is Lathamar Holi, that is something thin chadi is there, very thin bamboo is there, which is also very sharp. And that is hit in Gokul, in the memory of Balram playing Holi. And the last thing before we end, there's a lot of everyday happening. There's one day Dwarkadish Holi in the Mathura, Dwarkadish, Krishna came there as Dwarkadish one time in Mathura. So there is Dwarkadish temple in Mathura. There the Holi takes place on one day. All this goes on beyond our Holi on 14th and 15th also. And then there's something called Horanga, which takes place in Baldev. The southern petal of Vrindavan Dham is called Baldev or Dauji. There are 6 feet, 6 inches tall black, huge murti of Balram is there. In the commemoration of Balramji's visit to Vrindavan for 2 months on the instruction of Krishna with the message of Krishna. Nanda Maharaj bathed him with 100,000 Surabhi cows. So Shri Sagar Kundi is also there. So there what they do, this only played between Daoji Vasis, those who stay in that village only. And everybody else is supposed to be only observers. You can't participate, you only see. So what they do is, the Daoji village ladies, they dress up very gorgeously. Even Barsana, I know ladies who buy 50,000 worth dress on that day. I forgot to mention one thing, very sorry for that no one wears old clothes on the day of Holi in Vrindavan Dham. However poor they are, they will buy a new dress and they will play Holi with a new dress. If anyone wears a old dress, even used once, it is considered very inauspicious and daridri in Vrindavan Dham. In Mumbai, we wear the worst of dresses. It's our mentality here, Anyway, it's getting drenched and we have to throw it away. So why we use good dress? But in Vrindavan Dham, the poorest man will buy a costly dress as per his economy and wear that dress. So the ladies are wearing gorgeous dresses in Barsana, and Daoji also. They decked up very beautifully with bamboos, and the men come with very costly dresses. And lo and behold, when the Holi begins, they will come and tear the dresses of the men, drench them with colors, and then tear the dresses on the wet cloth, which is now torn dresses. They will beat them. There they beat with sticks, here they beat with the wet torn clothes of the men. That is called as Horanga. This Horanga takes place in Bhatain, in Gokul, in many places in Vrindavan Dham. And after 45 days, the whole Holi festival apparently ends. But the Gwalbals are known. They always are cursing Brahmaji. Why there is not Holi happening every single day? Is Brahmaji so foolish? Doesn't he understand that the Holi is the most important festival and it should go on every single day? One last thing I'll tell you. When Krishna was about to go to Mathura, what the gopis were talking, one of the talks was that the Holi is coming very soon. The Holi is so dear to you. How you can leave the Holi and go away? And he explained that when Krishna heard that mention of Holi, Krishna cried bitterly that I will miss the Holi with you. And the next year, next Holi which came immediately, it is said around Sharad Purnima time in that year, that month, Krishna left. And the Holi came after 3-4 months naturally in Vasant Ritu. So that day, that season, the gopis are saying the yellow color is not acting us or treating us like flower. The yellow color is now acting as fire to us. And we are all getting burnt in the fire of separation. The river is in between us and you, and we are like dilapidated boats, tutti-frutti now. And we cannot cross the bridge or cross the river of separation with this tutti-frutti now, dilapidated. Oh Krishna, please come and play Holi with us. So Holi ke Rasiya ki, Holi festival ki, Nithai Gaur Premanande. The last statement is, we play Holi, or we play Holi, we should not play Holi to defeat anybody. The whole mood of the Holi, the essence of Holi is to get defeated by the devotees. In front of Vaishnavas, we should always aim to lose, not to win, also in the argument. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. I hope you must have understood that this takes many hours to complete the story.
Hare Krishna. So all of you would have experienced being drenched by Vishwarup Prabhu's beautiful katha of, of the holy festival. And those of you who were not so attentive, he caught like this and then he gave again. So let us express our gratitude to Vishwarup Prabhu loudly chanting Haribo, Haribo, Haribo.
Krishna prasthaya bhu